Okay, let's talk about something I want to get into you because I mean you're the man of the shekels.
I knew this.
We got to talk about this.
I knew this was coming. I plan on doing a deep dive on this on my show tonight.
No. Well, I want to get your hot takes, right? So obviously we have this big disagreement between Crowder and between Crowder and the Daily Wire. Your people, Ben Shapiro, whatnot. This is the clause. Now, yes, you can do. And you're going to do a fantastic job doing a deep dive. And I thought about the same thing. I've negotiated contracts, not these type, but similar types of contracts, term sheets.
Pull up what I shared. Pull up what I shared here.
Okay, you've got something.
This is why I was late. This is why I was late.
Okay.
I was busy making this.
Okay, yeah, you've got a cool.
That's my thumbnail that I was in the middle of working on.
You're gonna go a deep dive. You're gonna do a deep dive. I got it. Yep. I got you. So go to Joe's channel after this and watch the deep dive. But I want your hot take.
Okay.
Because you're hot, Joe, and people want your hot take on this.
Okay.
Because I've got some thoughts. So you've got these clauses, which, by the way, Jeremy is right. If you add up all of these reductions, it does come to 110%. Reduction.
Is it really?
Yes. But I will say one thing.
Well, maybe it's 20% of the remaining.
Maybe. But the point is that I've negotiated things like this. The one thing I will say in the defense of the Daily Wire is this was probably a first draft term sheet that they sent over expecting it to be negotiated. Because when you send something, you don't send something that's, I'm just going to say this as a person who's actually negotiated contracts, you don't send something fair. You send something unfair, assuming they're going to negotiate it to fair.
Yes.
You send something that's biased towards your side. You are doing your client a disservice if you send over the terms that you want them to agree to ultimately. You need to allow the other side to negotiate to a middle point. And then they feel like they gained something. You feel like, okay, we kept them to what we wanted, right? Everybody wins. You don't start. This is just a little pro tip out there. You don't start where you actually want to end up. That's just the way contracts are negotiated.
Have you ever been to the Middle East? Have you ever been to the Middle East?
Yeah, I've been to the Middle East. Why? Well, so Morocco, not.
Okay, I'm saying you ever go into a market in the Middle East?
Yeah, like a souk. Yeah.
Yeah, you they call a shuk, right? So when you go into in Israel, they call it a shuk, right?
Shuk,
so
okay, I'm shook too, you know.
Right. So if you go into the shuk, they will have price tags on everything, and whatever that price tag is, they are hoping stupid American will walk in there and basically say, "Oh, I really like this. It says the price here is 700 check. I'm going to pay the 700 check," and really, it's something that they would part with for 130 check. It's like, the numbers are completely made up. And the idea is that, and they'll be ridiculously overinflated, figuring that everyone knows they're overinflated. Anyone who's, your typical buyer is going to know it's overinflated and come in with a significantly lower number. And their goal is, if we're starting with a stupidly high number, you're going to start with a stupidly low number, and then we're going to haggle back and forth. At one point, you need to threaten that it's okay, I don't really
walk
need
away.
It.
You
need to walk away, and then no, we'll do it for you. And then because when you're walking away, they know you're serious.
That's the real price. You get the real price when you walk away.
Yes, exactly. And a lot of and there's actually logic behind this. This logic, this psychological logic, because in that sense, you sort of feel as if like, I got a bargain. I did better than the typical person. I got a price that's a good price, and you feel better about your purchase because you feel as if you got something more than what you really parted with. And so there actually is a benefit to the purchaser. But can you imagine going to Best Buy and you see like something is marked on sale for $3.99, like a TV is marked on sale for $3.99? You're like, all right, I'll give you $2.20. Can you imagine saying that to the guy at Best Buy? I actually did that once, and they're like just stunned.
No,
like,
but they do that. They do that here in Asia too. I mean, you can
$3.99.
You can negotiate on a lot of things, especially if it's a small shop, like a personal shop. You can be like, yeah, like I want this for 15 or whatever. Like it's like 20. And like they'll actually negotiate with you.
In Asia, you're saying in the Far East you could do that too.
Yeah, you can do it too, right? So like, and now obviously not in a big box store, right? Because or like a Starbucks, you're not going to go in and be like, hey, I want my white chocolate mocha for 4 instead of 5. Yeah. They're going to be like, sir, please leave and start wearing a mask.
Yeah,
like,
get out of here. You're a schmuck.
They're going to try to corporate policy you.
But even in America, it's understood that you don't come in with your best offer. You never. I mean, there was even a joke about it on The Office when they were negotiating, like never accept the first offer. You know,
Yes,
and like where
yes,
Michael
yes.
was, they were buying the Michael Scott Paper Company. He's like, I reject your first offer. What's your second? Before even they even say the offer,
Before they even say
please
it. Before they even
please give
say
me
it.
your second offer.
Yeah. And
So
hold on, can I say something real quick? I think everybody's freaking out. I said one thing. Okay, let me just say this real quick, and I'm responding to you, Matrix. I said one thing in favor of the wire. That does not mean I agree with the wire. I was going to make Crowder's points. We're starting this discussion, okay? So don't freak out. So Matrix, you're saying one step behind. Crowder did a follow-up video with phone recordings. If you want to be fair, you need to listen to it. It was never the money. It was losing pay over offending someone. That was his issue. Matrix, we're going to show that. Like deep breath. Deep breath. I love you. Appreciate your super chat, but we're gonna get there, okay? I promise you, baby. I promise you.
Show.
Yeah, I promise you, baby. No, you're. I mean, there's so much on this. I mean, have you seen that? There's two 2-hour videos. I haven't gone through those. You can probably do it on your stream.
No,
I would do that live on your stream. That's great content.
That's what I plan on doing.
We're just doing a quick
planning on
thing.
doing that. Yeah.
Yeah. So we're not doing that. We're not doing that today. It's exclusive to Joe Neerman's stream here. But what I do want to play is this, because this is the Crowder point, because I know people are getting mad. And Crowder's point was, hey, you're controlling me. You're making me into a slave. He used the word slavery. And this is what he just dropped. This is what everyone wants me to play, to be fair.
A 15-minute video.
Right. No, this is a 22-second video.
Oh, really?
No, I'm just going to play this part. This is all we need to hear, right? I think it's.
They don't get deals that.
They can be wage slaves for a little bit, come over and make a salary and grow their brand. They can be wage slaves for a little bit. They can be wage slaves for a little bit.
So yeah, that was the part where they actually have the CEO on tape saying yeah, they're going to be wage slaves.
So and basically they're talking. I mean, Crowder was talking to them about people like you or me. That's what he was talking about. He was talking about people. He said someone has got 100,000 subs or 500,000 subs, and you bring them in. So what kind of deal are you going to offer them? And he was
even worse, by the way. Way worse. If you think that's bad, I mean, they're gonna have you by the balls. Crowder, the bigger you are, let me tell, because I've negotiated on behalf of very large multinational companies with other multinational companies, with medium-sized companies and small companies. As you go down, the terms get stricter. They do not get better.
Yeah, for sure.
They do not get better.
For sure, obviously.
Yeah, you lose your leverage.
They're trying to woo Steven Crowder, and they have to, and they know they have to work much harder to and look much more and bend much further to accommodate him than someone like you or me. So,
right,
but
they would say, "Fuck you, go away, Junior."
When you saw that, did you realize it was a conversation literally about you? Like it really was a conversation about you. Like,
well, I know what it's about me when Jessica sends me $5 and says, "Watch Andrew smile in 3, 2, 1." I love his face light up when he sees the money. Yes, this is how you know I'm part Jewish. I'm just saying. Anyways, Joe's on. We get happy for the shekels. We're peas in a pod.
Yeah. So. Yeah. I mean, as far as where he's as far as I don't really get as riled up by that little clip as everyone else does. And the term wage slave is
I use it. I mean, I use it for people who have the corporate job. You clock in at 9 o'clock, 5 o'clock. I call that a wage slave because
it is
you're giving your debt, your life, right? You're giving your time in your life for a wage. But they own you. They own your ass. They can do whatever they want with that pussy.
It sounds ugly, but I'm telling you right now, like I can understand someone in my position, in your position, saying, you know what? To work for Daily Wire, I would take a wage slave. I would be a wage slave. I can understand someone like you or me saying that and saying, this way I have the security that I know I'm getting X amount of dollars that I can live on while I'm growing my publicity out there. And there's a benefit there. So everyone is, I think a lot of people who are anti-Daily Wire on this are listening to that clip and thinking, aha, got you. You're trying to enslave people. It's like the term wage slave doesn't literally mean slave. It means that you're a slave to your wages and we're going to give you your wages. And it's an opportunity for yourself on a personal level. And at the same time, you're sacrificing that you are basically indebted to your boss. And whatever your boss says, you have to do. If that works for you, I can understand why that would work for some people. And even conservatives, people like you or me, I can understand someone, and I'm not saying I would do that, because I do think you need the freedom. And it's what was disconcerting to me, is, I mean, you don't want to start with your best offer. I think Daily Wire's biggest mistake in this entire ordeal, their biggest mistake, was that they did not look at Steven Crowder with proper intelligence and recognize this dude just got out of a feud with Blaze, where he was bothered by not having untethered freedom of speech. That's what he wants. He wants untethered freedom of speech. You saw that in his fight with the Blaze. So that being the case, presenting a contract to him, which is inherently tethering his finances and his money and his ability to earn money to controlling his mouth in accordance with what YouTube says, is stupid. So I think that
and here's the thing, the CEO, and you'll see when you go through the video, but he says he knows that Crowder likes to control his own production. So he knows the guy likes internal control. He knows the guy likes to do his own thing. So you're going to come in knowing that's his thing, knowing that's his pet peeve, and be like, poke.
It's dumb.
It's dumb. It's dumb as fuck. It's like throwing a rock at a bear.
Because when you're coming in there, I agree with everything you said earlier. You'd never start with your best offer.
No,
and your goal, and quite the contrary, your goal is to basically try and keep as much for yourself and as little for the other side, without being so insulting that the other side walks away.
So here's what they could have done.
That's the ideal offer.
Here's what they could have done.
I just want to clarify for the audience.
You're right.
That when you're presenting an initial offer to someone you're trying to woo, your goal is to keep as much as you can for yourself, as little as possible for the other side, without them walking away. And if you and that's what the offer is going to be. So you're not expecting it's going to be a final offer. You're not expecting that's what they're going to accept. But if you're stupid in the way you tailor it, that they're obviously going to go away, then you're being antagonistic and hostile and an idiot. So it's a very tough thing. And Daily Wire should have known better, because there's enough publicity about all the hassles that Steven Crowder has been through that they should have known. Anyone with foresight, anyone with the intellect of Ben Shapiro, should have realized that this offer was going to piss the hell out of Steven Crowder.
Oh, yeah. Anybody who even sort of knew him would have realized that. And here's the thing, Joe. You said it, right? We talked about Middle Eastern markets, right? And by the way, shout out to Britt over here on Rumble, who says, Joe, same thing in Nairobi local markets. I never paid for anything until I walked away at least twice. Here's the thing. What you don't do if you're in the Middle East or wherever else, even over here, you don't make an offer that's going to make them lose face, right? That's going to disrespect them, right? You don't offer them, like, for example, if the item is $100, you don't go 50 cents, right? Because now you're just insulting them. That's pretty much saying fuck you, right? You don't do that. And what they did was say fuck you to Steven Crowder. Like, what is important to you? We don't give a shit about. Here's what they should have done. The terms themselves should have been relatively fair. Just argue over price. If you really want to get down to it, just say, okay, we're going to not ding you for the strikes because we know you're already demonetized on YouTube. So we're just going to take that clause out of there. We're going to not really have that in there. Maybe we'll have something about ads, and like if one of your advertisers decides to pull, then we have to modify. Okay, I can kind of understand that. But anything other than like an individual advertiser, I wouldn't agree with. And even that, it's kind of suspect. The advertiser clause was also kind of bullshit. But that being said, what was
the advertiser clause exactly?
So there was a clause in there that says that he only has authority to disapprove of 10% of the proposed ads that they bring to him. Only 10%. So they can bring 10 complete bullshit ads. They can be ads for the, AOC's PAC, right? For Pelosi, AOC, fucking Joe Manchin, who just said some bullshit about getting rid of free speech at Davos. Oh yeah, I'll see if I can pull that one up. But a bunch of crazy shit, and he has to pick between 10 cuck choices, right? Between supporting Riminal Order or I don't know, anal beads.